NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Colts and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run with Hines. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Able to avoid him at the 40. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. From the 6. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. but I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Jameis to throw it. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Fighting through, and he's got space. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Throwing again on second down. Winston. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. Touchdown! Nyheim Hines. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Gold to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Winston.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
On the handoff, Taylor.
They can't tackle him. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Jackson now. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know,
Jameis now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Stays on his feet. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
On second down, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To throw, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. You can count his carries on 1 finger. They've only given him the rock 1 time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in. They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now it's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. First down and more for Jackson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Jackson to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
Winston's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A first down throw for Winston.
He'll check this one down to Taylor.
That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ivey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds. So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That one. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Ravens on third down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Again, Jackson. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw is Jackson. He's got his tight end, Oliver. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he fires one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll roll him out right. And oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Taylor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's what I'm talking about.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Hey, no, switch the mic right
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to it?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Jackson on first down. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Here's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw again is Jackson. Open man Watkins, touchdown Baltimore. Sammy Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So once more, the Ravens will come to the line here and go for the 2-point try. It's complete, and he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And they take a knee. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And they will take a knee here. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They start...